Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about what in my opinion is the most profitable type of ceramic coating in the ceramic coating industry, as well as how this type of ceramic coating application can lead to payments in your pocket again and again and again. Now before we jump in here, make sure if you have not yet gotten your hands on the ceramic coating quick start, go below in the YouTube description box. It's a free 5-part video series that's going to teach you not only how to start applying ceramic coatings and get into paint correction, but also how to actually cash flow this part of your business by bringing in your first few customers to apply a ceramic coating in real life. On YouTube, there's so many opinions and it's really hard to figure out which information you need to listen to and which information you don't need to listen to. So we created a free 5-part video series to cut straight to the point, get money in your pocket, and get you into the ceramic coating game. The link is in the YouTube description box below. It's totally free. Now I want to get straight to the punchline here. So the most profitable ceramic coating, in my opinion, that exists in the detailing industry has two qualities. Number one, it only requires a single application. And number two, in order to maintain the coating, let's say at the highest level possible, in the manufacturer's direction specifically, it does not require a ceramic topper, but rather you can maintain the coating with something like a regular wash and just pulling off the surface dirt, but allowing the ceramic coating itself to be the protection over the long term. To help better explain that, there are ceramic coatings that are really popular in the detailing industry that require more than one application if you want to get the full lifetime value out of the ceramic coating itself. So if it says it lasts 5 years, the manufacturer's directions are going to tell you you need to do 2 applications. Let the first application sit for 60 minutes and then go ahead and move to the second application, let it cure for 24 hours, don't let any water on it for the next 7 days, blah, 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 blah. And then in addition to that, a lot of those same ceramic coatings are going to require you to not only weekly or monthly or bi-monthly wash the car in order to pull the dirt off of the ceramic coating, but they're also going to have some sort of ceramic topper that they want you to apply on top of the coating. And so what ends up happening is you go down this really deep rabbit hole of ceramic coating after ceramic coating after ceramic coating, and it's like a ceramic coating Russian doll. You just never get to the end of it. I apply the ceramic coating, but in order to maintain it, I'm going to have to do another application. Then in order to maintain that second application on top of the first application, I'm going to have to do a monthly wash. Then in order to maintain the second application on top of the monthly wash, I'm going to have to do a monthly ceramic topper, which is some sort of spray SiO2 based product that's going to protect the ceramic coating itself, which is supposed to be protecting the paint underneath the ceramic coating. You get my point. Well, I applied a ceramic coating not too long ago to this Honda Odyssey, which was a new vehicle, and I applied a System X ceramic coating to it. No, this video is not sponsored by System X. I don't get paid to say any of this stuff. They're just a good example of the type of ceramic coating that I'm talking about here. So as we clip back and forth between me talking here and actually applying the ceramic coating to this van, I want to say a couple things. Number one, let's hit on the first point here. Why is it that I'm talking about a profitable ceramic coating being one that falls in this category of only requiring one application? Many ceramic coatings in the auto detailing world are going to say that you need 2 applications, and I've even used some that actually require 3 different applications of 3 different types of products. Number one, I do not hate those detailing products. That is not what I'm saying. But number two, what I am saying is there are obvious reasons why a ceramic coating that only requires 1 application lends itself to what I like as a professional detailer, because number one, it's simple. Number two, it doesn't take a lot of time. Number three, generally these ceramic coatings have a really quick flash time, so as soon as I put it on, I'm basically pulling it off. And number four, if I only have to apply 1 application, it really makes the whole interaction with the customer a little bit easier, because at some level, when you're selling a ceramic coating to a customer, you're explaining to them the process of what's going on. And when you get really in the weeds with these 2, 3, 4 application ceramic coatings, the customer kind of gets lost down that trail, and they don't totally understand why you're having to apply so many coatings and why you're having to charge in order to do that. And in a lot of ways, not even the detailers really know why they're having to do that, because they don't understand the chemistry of the product, or that maybe even the same option exists out there with only 1 application required, and it just gets in this kind of weird murky area with the customer conversation. Now to my second point, if the ceramic coating, according to the manufacturer's directions, does not require a ceramic topper, then you can see how your kind of detailing world opens up a little bit in terms of the discretion with your customer. What do they want? Why do they want it? Hey, in order to maintain this, we're not going to have to spend a bunch of time washing it, then trying to decontaminate it, then trying to coat it with something else. But we can actually just let the ceramic coating protection be the ceramic coating protection, and if we spend 5 years maintaining it in terms of cleaning it, but we don't necessarily top it with something, we're still going to get that 5 years of protection out of it. Once again, it lends itself to the professional detailer who is concerned about the time they're spending at any given customer's house. Now, even with the System X coating I'm referring to on this van, they do have a coating called Renew, which is their SiO2 coating that can top a ceramic coating or be applied to the paint just bare like most spray ceramic coatings can. But my point is, this product is not necessary for me to use in order to maintain that product on the car over the long term. And call me old school, call me a Puritan, but I think that that kind of gets us back to the idea of what a ceramic coating originally was designed to be, which is number one, really incredible visual appeal for the paint. Number two, really awesome protection over the long term for the paint. And number three, generally a sacrificial barrier that will inevitably degrade over time, but it degrades over a really extended period of time, so it gives us a lot of time not only to enjoy it visually, but also to enjoy it protecting the underlying paint. My point is, if I don't have to maintain the coating with another spray coating, I can let the ceramic coating just be the sacrificial barrier. That does in some ways bring me back to this kind of reality of ceramic coatings, which is, yes, that is what a ceramic coating is designed to be, not this barrier that requires another barrier that requires another barrier. And this is why I call this the most profitable type of ceramic coating that exists in the detailing industry, because this is another threshold problem. Let's say I have the option to apply a ceramic coating that only requires a single application, and then I have this one over here that requires 3 applications. The problem is the price disparity between this one and this one can only be so large before it becomes so big that no customers are actually interested in the 3 application ceramic coating. I actually have a good buddy who applies ceramic coatings just like I do for a living right down the street, who applies a single application versus a 2 application versus a 3 application. And you know what his first comment to me was? Hey Luke, even doing 50, 60 grand a month now, which is what we're doing, almost 95% of all the coatings I apply are the single application. People aren't interested in the 2 or 3 application. Why? Because in order to justify doing that, the detailer has to justify it with the price. The customer has a hard time reconciling the price increase because they don't really understand the added benefit, and a lot of times the detailer doesn't either, between the single and the 3 applications. So once again, there's only going to be so much of a price disparity you're going to be able to charge, and in a lot of ways, that price disparity is not going to be something that's going to justify the time you're going to have to put in order to do these 2 or 3 application coatings. In addition to some of these things, I want you guys to be able to see what the water beading looks like before and after a foam cannon and a wash. So this is what the water beading looks like before the foam cannon. It's pretty good. You can tell there's a coating on it, but particularly on the lower rocker panels, there is not a lot of beading because that's where the majority of the dirt, grease, and grime pile up. And then now let's look after the agitation wash. We have fully pre-foamed, fully washed the car, and that means we've fully exposed and uncovered that ceramic coating that is sitting on the paint. So whether we're looking at the fender, the top of the door, or the lower rocker panel, you're getting a ton of water beading. This is kind of my point, guys, that ceramic coating is designed to protect this car. I'm not going to be coating it in something afterwards. I'm just going to let the ceramic protection be the ceramic protection, the ceramic coating, but I'm going to continue to clean it and allow that ceramic coating to continue to protect this vehicle. And of course, the other reason why I call this the most profitable type of ceramic coating in the detailing industry is because it lends itself really easily to maintenance customers, which is what I talk about all the time, building a foundation in your detailing business on maintenance customers, people who pay you again and again to maintain their vehicle. One of the things that confuses people before they actually pay for a ceramic coating is when the detailer explains that we have to maintain the coating by washing and protecting it on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, bi-monthly basis, when the only thing necessary to maintain a coating is something like a regular wash and protection if you want to, but it's not necessary. In my experience, it is something across the board that customers understand at a much higher level. It's also something that can be charged virtually the same price as if you are going to put a protection on it, because adding that protection actually is not the time-consuming part of the maintenance detail. It's the wash, it's the making sure the details on the lower rocker panels are taken care of so it doesn't start to eat into the ceramic coating. The application of the spray coating is oftentimes what's actually really quick and adds maybe 10 to 15 minutes to the overall maintenance detail. So while no, this is not some sort of hard push to one coating or the other, it's just something to think about as you as a detailer are pursuing ceramic coatings, because it can be, like I said, this Russian doll phenomenon where you just keep opening the box and another thing keeps popping out that requires your time, your money, and your effort. I suggest you think about this if you're a pro detailer, the coatings that lend themselves to pro detailers like I've described here. Guys, make sure before you bounce off this video, like I said, go below in the YouTube description box and grab the Ceramic Coating Quick Start, that free 5-part video series to teach you how to get into paint correction, how to get into ceramic coatings easily, and actually how to bring in your first handful of customers customers so that you can immediately monetize the new skills that you've learned. Applying ceramic coatings a lot of times is overcomplicated in detailing. Getting into paint correction a lot of times is overcomplicated in detailing. But you know what is never talked about? How to actually make money and bring in customers. That's the most important part, because if you can't do that, I promise your detailing passion fizzles out pretty quickly. If you guys are interested in any of the products or tools that I used in this video to prepare this van or to actually coat this van, go below in the YouTube description box. It'll be in the same place, organized list of the things that I use to do that. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. And from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you in the next video.